Hey guys, welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and today I just want to give my thoughts on the Shrek reboot. Come to think of it, I might as well just give you my thoughts on the entire series of Shrek itself. So, Shrek. It's a DreamWorks movie, and I used to like it when I was a kid, but the longer it goes on, the less and less I enjoy it, if that makes sense. I really enjoyed the first movie. The second movie, to me, was actually the better movie. I really do like Shrek 2. But with that said, Shrek 1, hilarious, fantastic movie. Shrek 2, even better. Then Shrek the Third happened, and ever since then, the quote-unquote franchise has gone downhill, in my opinion. I didn't like Shrek the Third. I saw Shrek the Fourth because I gave it another chance, and I did not want to see more Shrek. I just didn't want to see more Shrek. And then, of course, they had a couple, Shrek classics, like, they came out with, like, Shrek Christmas and Shrek Halloween and something like that. Look, I saw none of that. I heard of it. When it comes to Shrek, though, when it comes to DreamWorks, a lot of people are going to say Shrek is a classic movie, and I don't feel that way towards Shrek. I think it's a great movie. I love the original Shrek movie, and I think the second one was far better. But Shrek has always been a good movie, a great movie, an awesome movie, a funny, great movie. Definitely turned every single trope about Disney princesses on its head. I really did enjoy that. But as a classic movie, I think the only classic series that I see DreamWorks having would be DreamWorks Dragons, and Kung Fu Panda is a close second, but I don't know if I would call Kung Fu Panda a classic. When I think of classic, I think of a movie that will stand the test of time and will never fade away on my enjoyment of it. And the thing is, as I get older and go back and watch Shrek, I don't feel that way. I don't feel like it's a classic movie. Like, if I put in, I know this is gonna sound stupid, but if I put in something like Cinderella or Dumbo or The Lion King, of course, you're dealing with Disney. I understand, that's Disney. That's 100% classic Disney. That's 100% stand the test of time kind of shows. And the reason why they stand test of time is not because of Disney, because those type of stories actually stood the test of time before Disney took over them. So, when it comes to Shrek, I just don't feel like Shrek is a classic to me. I know a lot of people are going to hate me for that, because that's how I look on Shrek. And to be honest with you, Shrek the Third was a terrible movie, and I gave the fourth movie a chance. I don't even remember the name of the movie. I just did not like the movie, and the spin-offs were terrible. I watched the Puss in Boots spin-off, and that was terrible. That was god-awful. DreamWorks, you know what? And that's the problem with DreamWorks. DreamWorks has that when they first come out with a movie, they do great, and the second movie is typically better because now you have established characters, and you can throw your established characters into a situation that is completely topsy-turvy from the one that came before it, and it's fun. That's what the second movie does all the time. If you think of Kung Fu Panda, that's what they did with Kung Fu Panda 2. I like Kung Fu Panda 2 more than I like the first one. I like Shrek, the second one, more than the first one. I like DreamWorks Dragons, How to Train Your Dragon 2 more than the first one. But as you know, How to Train Your Dragon is probably the only one that I can see actually standing the test of time. And when it comes to Shrek, you know, not only the animation at the time was brilliant, believe it or not, but it really does show its age and everything, and I don't know, it's just not a classic. It's not something that I want to put in on my Saturdays and show to my nephew or anything like that. It's something that kind of goes over my head still. I enjoyed it for what it was, but Shrek is not a classic to me. And when I hear Shrek reboot, I'm like, why? Why would you do a Shrek reboot? You know, obviously, you could probably make the animation a whole lot better with today's technology, and that is true. The animation from the original Shrek movie, it's jarring to look at now because not at the time, but it's jarring now because of how great our technology is. So I could understand doing it from that point, but I honestly don't want more Shrek. Then again, I'm gonna give this a chance. And the reason why I'm gonna give this a chance is simply one reason, and this may sound crazy, but the reason why I'm gonna give it a chance is because I did enjoy the first Shrek movie. I did enjoy Shrek 2. And I always feel like this movie, this series deserves another movie. It deserves a movie as great as the originals, which that brings me back into DreamWorks. DreamWorks Dragons, the first one was great, the second one was great, and I can't wait to see the third. I'm hoping the third is as good as the second movie or as good as the first, because a lot of the times when it comes to DreamWorks, their third movies always suck. Always suck. Just pointing out there, the third movies always suck. So I'm hoping DreamWorks Dragons 3 doesn't do that. And if they are truly about to reboot Shrek, reboot means go all the way to the beginning. Okay, if they're gonna do that, then alright, I'm in, but I'm hoping to see something different. Maybe not from the first movie, they'll probably stick to the classic story, and I love Shrek 2, as much as I don't want them to mess with the original story, Shrek 2, I could see them doing something different with it. And I feel like Shrek deserves a good third sequel, because, which was not Shrek 3. Shrek the Third was terrible. Shrek deserves a good movie. I would never call Shrek a classic, but I think Shrek, from the first two movies, deserves a good story, a good third story to wrap it up. And if they're going to do a Shrek movie, then I just hope they actually do it right. One thing that I've always wanted from Shrek and never got was, I would love to see a Shrek TV show. With Eddie Murphy. You know what? Forget Shrek. I would just love to see a donkey movie. How about that? I would love to see a donkey movie and a donkey TV show with Eddie Murphy. I love donkey. But other than that, let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think of them doing a Shrek reboot? This is surprising to me. Very surprising.